Hello! In spring nature comes alive and migratory birds return to Scandinavia.
Today we are going to Sweden, to Lake Hornborga, to see thousands of cranes.
The lake is located in the western region of Sweden, Västra Götaland, about 120 kilometers from the E6 highway. If, like us, you take exit 96 toward the city of Uddevalla. The lake covers 30 square kilometers and is a protected bird reserve. Around 100 different bird species can be found here. Lake Hornborga is about 2 meters deep, making it an ideal resting place for thousands of migratory birds each spring and autumn. And cranes have been flying over the lake for thousands of years. It's the next major stop after northern Germany. The mountain plateau surrounding Lake Hornborga creates thermal winds, helping the cranes lift off more easily as they continue their journey. There are 9 marked parking lots around the lake, and they are usually free. But during the crane season, that is about 4 weeks, the Trandansen parking areas cost 50 crowns per day. This is a symbolic contribution to help make the area comfortable for both people and birds. It is in Trandansen, near the Bjurum church in the southern part of the lake, that cranes gather in large flocks. And so that the birds resting during migration do not harm the agricultural lands, barley grown in this region of Sweden is scattered for them. Our 50 crowns from the parking fee goes toward that. By the way, about 150 tons of barley are scattered here during the season. And at the Trandansen Information Center you can read many more other interesting facts about cranes. Also, when the weather is windy, like today, you can watch the birds from a warm house through the panoramic windows. But every weekend this place becomes very crowded, so if you have the opportunity, it is better to come here during the week. Cranes usually arrive at the lake from mid-March to mid-April. A daily count of cranes is conducted on Lake Hornborga, and it begins when the first few hundred birds arrive. The numbers obtained from the count are published on the official website. You will find the link in the description of the video. Today, according to the calculations, we are observing 8,600 cranes. By the way, the largest number of cranes was recorded on April 3rd, 2019, when arrived as many as 27,300 birds. Cranes can be observed all day long, but their movement patterns are extremely unpredictable. For example, on the day of our visit, the weather changed and the wind picked up. All the cranes as one moved far from the viewpoint and stayed there until the evening. And at night they usually fly to another part of the lake. Sometimes, watching the cranes, you can even see their dance. But this time all the cranes were either too busy eating or they didn't feel the need to strengthen their relationship through the dance. But absolutely all the cranes today were joyfully calling out and greeting spring.
So the atmosphere on the lake is very noisy and cheerful.
The height of the crane reaches about 1 meter 30 centimeters and its wingspan is up to 2 meters. The weight of an adult bird is from 4 to 6 kilograms. After stopping at Lake Hornborga, the cranes fly further to the north of Sweden and Norway to nest in swamps and marshes. Flocks of the cranes prefer the southern part of the lake during the day, which means you may not meet them at all in other areas. But around Lake Hornborga there are also many viewpoints, bird towers and hiking roads for observing other species of birds. And today walking along the lake, we saw many birds from the information board. It was extremely educational. And in Trandansen there is even a special board where they mark the species of birds seen during the day.
By the way, you can also watch the cranes online.
There are several cameras with excellent picture and sound on Lake Hornborga. You will find the link to them in the video description. The roads around the lake are quite narrow, with special places for passing. But the traffic here is not heavy, so getting around the lake is easy, even with a motorhome. After Trandansen, the second must-see place in our opinion is the Hornborga Visitor Center, which is located in the northeastern part of the lake. Next to the parking lot, there is a cozy cafe with a large panoramic windows and a wonderful view of the lake. And also Naturum, a stylish two-story building with a reed roof standing above the water on stilts. There is a lot of information about all the inhabitants of the lake. And also modern and free stationary telescopes through which you can look at them much closer. If you climb the Naturum Tower, then through the panoramic windows you can see the entire lake at a glance. And the best of all, there is no wind. Walking paths above the water and reeds go further to the white Fugeluden Tower. It was built in 2008 from oak and the local limestone. There is a lot of space here and you can hide from the rain and comfortably admire the magnificent view of the lake. Since the tower was built, about 300 different species of birds have been spotted from it. Be sure to bring thermoses with you. There are many places for a cozy tea party in nature. There are also wooden shelters around the lake for closer bird watching. And when the wind is so strong like today, it is really convenient. They also make it much easier to take good photos. Closer to sunset, we decided to visit another bird tower called Honjes. The trail from the parking lot to the tower is just 1.5 kilometers. It is marked with yellow posts and you can't leave it as not to disturb birds nesting around. After the modern Fugeluden Tower, the Honjes Tower looked very old and mossy, but it turned out to be quite sturdy, and with an amazing view of the lake.
It was a wonderful day full of joyful crane cries.
So, if you are going to Scandinavia in spring, be sure to visit Lake Hornborga.
It wasn't without reason that we decided to end our day here. Although Honjes Tower is not popular with visitors to the lake, it is the point where thousands of cranes fly over at sunset on their way to roost in other part of the lake. And it is very beautiful. If you like the cranes and want to see more Scandinavian animals, then just for you, our channel has a video about the Snøhetta observation deck in Norway. There you can meet wild musk oxen in their natural habitat. But for now, subscribe to our channel and let's travel together. See you again!